Hi, welcome to our Homestead series. We hope this will be of enjoyment and informative. We don't know everything, we don't do everything perfect, but what we do know works for us. In these economic times, people have been talking about a back to the land movement or getting back to a more simple way of life. The transformation from the comforts of city dwelling and our modern way can be a little different going back to the homestead. I won't say complicated, but there are some things some people should know. So I hope you enjoy this series. Thank you for watching.
Okay, I'm making some more tomato sauce today. And the way I do my sauce is I wash my tomatoes and then I cut them in half and squeeze out the seeds and any extra water in the tomato. And if I'm saving the seeds, then I make sure I'm squeezing them into a jar. Otherwise, I just use a large basin and then dump them out into the compost. I find the best way for myself to do this is I use my food processor to chop the tomatoes. I used to blanch each tomato and then chop them, but I found it took a lot of work, and if the food processor cuts them so fine that you don't notice any skins in them. And if it is a concern of yours, then when you're done cooking your sauce down, you could easily run it through a food mill to get out any extra small pieces of skin or the odd seed that didn't get squeezed out. Anyway, so I just turn this on. And now I just take it out and I pour it into my pot and I keep working my way through my bushel of tomatoes like that. Our sauce is cooked down quite a bit, and it's as thick as we like it now. If you like it really, really smooth, at this stage you could run it through a food mill. But we like it more like this. So you want to ladle your hot sauce into your warm jars. Now that my jars are full, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice to each jar. If you're doing a pint, then you would do 1 tablespoon. Okay, now that I've added my lemon juice, I'm just going to run a spatula around the sides to let any air bubbles out. You want to leave about 1 inch of headroom in your jars. Then take a clean cloth and wipe the rim, the ceiling rim, clean. Put your lids on. The lids have been soaking in hot water to soften the gum. Now you want to add your rings on, just finger tight. Okay. And now you can put them into the canner. And normally we'd be running a full load, but we used about 2 or 3 jars worth for supper tonight. Now, because I didn't have a full load of jars, the water level's too low. So I'm going to add a few pitchers full of hot water to bring it up above the jars. Okay, I've added some more water to bring it up just above the jars now. So now I'm going to cover this and wait for it to come to a boil. Okay, my canner's come to a boil now, so I'm just going to set the timer for 45 minutes. And put the lid back on. Okay, my timer's gone off, so now I'm just going to take the lid off and get the jars out so they can cool. Here we go. Now we've got 3 quarts of thick tomato sauce, and they'll start to seal very soon. You'll start hearing a pinging noise. Let them sit on the counter for about 12 hours before you move them, and take the rings off, wipe down the jars, and label them and put them away.